There have been many theories surrounding the roleplay game Dungeons & Dragons as it relates to Stranger Things. It is clear that Stranger Things draws a connection to D&D, and the lore usually follows suit. The show begins by introducing a group of young players. Throughout the first season, this group of friends uncover a parallel world called the Upside Down. They also uncover a dangerous monster along the way. Since it so closely matches D&D, many people have their ideas. Stay tuned to learn more about the Stranger Things Upside Down D&D theory. The Stranger Things Upside Down theory explained. Fans love to theorize, and there is one popular theory that we will be focusing on. It is the D&D Upside Down theory, which suspects that the show is directly related to the famous Dungeons & Dragons. This theory may not be that far off because the series has been giving us hints that lead us to speculation. There is evidence that the Upside Down is a direct reflection of Dungeons & Dragons. If you pay attention to Dungeons & Dragons, you will notice some very familiar names and situations. D&D lore closely aligns with this underworld that the show has created. The monsters even take on classic D&D nicknames. Creatures such as Vecna, the Demogorgon, and the Mind Flayer haunt the Upside Down. This has caused people to start questioning. This theory has been circulating since the first season, and we are still wondering what this parallel could mean. Since there is such a resemblance when it comes to the dangers in Hawkins, Indiana, it is possible that the two worlds are connected in some way. The theory even claims that the Upside Down is the inside of a D&D player's imagination. This makes sense of why all the monsters are from D&D lore. It is also argued that the Upside Down was created by a D&D player. The theory continues to say that it was unintentionally created by Will Byers, who has a creepy connection to Upside Down.
It was a 7. Huh? The roll. It was a 7. The Demogorgon. It got me. See you tomorrow.
Why the Stranger Things D&D theory worked before Season 4. The monsters of Stranger Things are referenced to D&D characters. The main enemies are the Demogorgon, the Mind Flayer, and Vecna. They are all very well designed and look spectacular, all while being scary and staying true to their supposed D&D roots. But not all of the monsters have the same physical characteristics as who they were based on. Like the Demogorgon, he does not take the form of the mythical version. The Demogorgon of Stranger Things may not physically depict that of D&D's monster, but it does fit the characteristics. The Demogorgon has two ape-like heads and brings chaos and destruction. It comes from the underworld and acts like it. It is one of the best villains in Stranger Things history. In the second season, they introduced the Mind Flayer. The visuals for this monster were a lot more alike than the Demogorgon. The creepy tentacled monster is famous for his eerie mouth, and Stranger Things paid homage to that. This displays that the show continues to be influenced by D&D. The monsters in this show pay respect to their D&D counterparts by being super cool. The way the monsters were designed encapsulates this world even more. This is just another reason why Stranger Things is so awesome. This shows the connection that this show has with Dungeons & Dragons, and how dedicated the show is to having that image. It may not be an exact parallel, but there is a good reason that fans hold this theory. We are also excited to see what new monsters will be integrated into the 5th and final season. Comment below which Dungeons & Dragons monster is next to come alive on the show. Why Henry Creel's backstory kills the Upside Down D&D theory.
Is just waiting to be over, all while performing in a silly, terrible play.
The big reveal that Vecna is Henry Creel brings the Mind Flayer shaping into its long-legged form simply because he likes spiders. And yes, it's super creepy. The show hasn't revealed how much of the Upside Down was shaped by Henry, but there is now some doubt behind the D&D theory. People are now rethinking what they believed this entire time. You can always count on Stranger Things to keep us on our toes. This reveal gave us an alternate explanation as to why the Mind Flayer's form is how it is. This further harms our D&D theory because the Upside Down was not fully created by a D&D player after all. We weren't completely off though, and there is still a chance that the D&D theory could be partially true, but who knows? With all the evidence that has been collected, it isn't hard to be inclined towards what the fans are saying, and these theories are backed up by the content in the show. However, it is truly up to the creators to decide what comes next. What do you think is around the corner for Stranger Things Season 5? What action-packed adventure will the boys go on next? You'll have to watch to find out. Can Stranger Things 5 still use the Upside Down D&D theory? The show revealed that the Upside Down was not created by a D&D player. But that doesn't necessarily kill the entire upside-down D&D theory. Many fans may feel the opposite way. The reveal may have even deepened the show's connection with D&D lore. Vecna's powers and design closely reflect D&D source material, and the Henry Creel reveal made it even more accurate. But who is Vecna? Let's find out. In D&D lore, Vecna is a human who ascended to godlike power. He has incredibly dark abilities and causes chaos and destruction. This is similar to Henry Creel because he was once a regular young boy who came to develop powers. Now he is a powerful spellcaster that partially created the Upside Down, and while a D&D player may not have created Vecna as we thought, there is still strong evidence to support the Upside Down D&D theory. Fan speculations may not have paid off yet, but we hope that we get the answers we're looking for in the next season, and if we don't, then I guess we'll have to keep theorizing. Stranger Things doesn't need to explain the Upside Down D&D similarities. The characters in this show hide behind complicated lore and magic, but in reality, it is all about them. The heart of Stranger Things is not about the D&D lore. It is about the actual connection between these friends. The show isn't solely its roots. The kids use D&D to explain what they can't articulate, when in reality, the most important element of the show is their friendship. The show uses the game as a mask for what's truly at play. In reality, it's more than a game. It's about their adventures, action moments, and crazy magic. It is very dependent on imagination. They use what they know to register the scary things they go through. Since they are kids, they wouldn't know how to process trauma correctly, so that is a big reason why they might be using D&D in their interest. But they weren't in the dark forever. Soon enough, they would start to notice how things lined up. As the kids start to realize that their experiences are eerily similar to D&D lore, the more we realize that the world depends on this game. It is their special way of interpreting their experiences. Since the boys are so invested in D&D, there is no doubt that there could be a connection. That is an element of the show that is so smart. These boys create worlds from what they know, and what they know is Dungeons and Dragons.
It's almost here. What is it?
What if it's the Demogorgon? Oh, Jesus, we're so screwed if it's the Demogorgon.
It's not the Demogorgon. An army of troglodytes charge into the chamber.
Troglodytes.
Told you.
World building is very important in fantasy science fiction shows. You must have a sound plot while also showing covert creativity and individuality. That is why it is like no other. No other show has done what Stranger Things has done. The show communicates the plot to us through these worlds. That is why it is not necessary for the show to explain this theory, because it simply doesn't matter as much as the main points of the show. Those points are friendship, love, and adventure. Everyone is looking for an explanation though, and fans are dying to find out what's coming in the next season. But will the show ever confirm the D&D upside theory? Well, the show may never explain why the two worlds are so similar, and we might have to live with that. And we will always have the theories of the Stranger Things fan community to keep us wondering. Now, we have even more unanswered questions that we just need Stranger Things to explain in the 5th and final season. Leave a comment to tell us your take on the upside down D&D theory. What do you think will happen next? We want to know what you think. Share this with your fellow Stranger Things fans too. If you liked our video, please click on the like button and subscribe to our channel to know when more videos come out. Click the notification bell, and we will see you next time.